What up, everyone? DJ Anubis here with you in the Metal Tavern Radio Podcast. Doing another movie review for 2021's The Hunting. As you all know, I'm a big fan of the werewolf genre, and so I came across this last night and figured, well, hadn't seen it. There was like 3 different pieces of cover art that looked amazing. Now, obviously, it's like anything, music, movies, TV. When there's art, you're kind of like, oh yeah, you're intrigued, but sometimes the art is misleading. We'll see if that's the case with this one. So it's directed by Mark Andrew Hammer. Runtime's about an hour and 33 minutes. Synopsis is: when a mysterious animal attack leaves a mutilated body in the forest, a conservative small-town detective must enlist the help of an eager wildlife specialist to uncover the dark and disturbing truth that threatens the town. It stars, at least as far as the main players, Angela Cole as Sarah Simmons, Joelle Westwood as Maggie Talbot, Peyton Hill as former Denver Broncos running back as Connor Ryan, and Keith Migra as Dave. To get off to the bat, the acting is dreadful in this. It's just terrible. I mean, look, I don't begrudge anybody from like doing movies, and if you're starting out or whatever, and even for guys like Hillis who may not even have any background in acting, which, I mean, he certainly feels okay in front of a camera, but yeah, it's a lot to be desired in terms of just believability and just script and everything else going on here. It's just not a good mixture. One of the earlier problems in the film is we see a fisherman, a local fisherman, who is attacked by a creature. And you kind of see at one point this creature is like, whoosh, 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 and you think you're seeing blood like fly all over the place, but it's from a kind of like a distance, right? So you would think werewolf, claws, sharp claws, teeth, whatever, that when you finally get to the body, it's going to be just like destroyed. And even in the description, it tells you a mutilated body. So what happens when we have Connor, who is actually a detective? He comes with his partner Dave, searching for this missing guy. And so they get there and they're looking at the body and they're like, it's almost like they're ready to puke the way they're looking at it. But then when you finally see the body, there's like a couple scratches here, and a little bit of blood. There's no like entrails or anything else going on. Nothing's like ripped to shreds, or it's still recognizable of who the body is. Like pretty much any other werewolf movie that we've seen, like that just does not happen. Like the werewolves end up destroying the body to where it's almost unrecognizable. But not in this case. So the other problem with this movie is that you spend like the first hour after that first kill. You basically spend the first hour going through a dramatization or think tank for Connor's character. He is a former soldier who's dealing with PTSD. Now, there's some other things going on in this towards the end. There's like this twist that we get, but I'll get to that in a minute. But it's more about the characters here than it is the werewolf. And to me, the cover art and the name and the premise is misleading. Like, you watch something like this because you want to see werewolf action. That's just how you want it, right? And so I was a little bit disappointed that it decided to try to get too cute for itself and be like a character in-depth analysis of not just Connor, but other characters. Maggie Talbot, played by Joelle Westwood, that's another one in here where she's dealing with personal trauma from her parents passing away a year or so earlier. So there's a lot going on here, just in terms of drama and characters and their personal issues. So you have very little werewolf action until the end. One thing it does work with this is the soundtrack. soundtrack is actually very good. It's actually too good for this movie. Like it has almost at times a Stranger Things vibe. Has a little of that dub industrial type thing going on, the pop stuff. Um, so I kind of felt like they did a good job with that. So you do a good job with that and the cover art, but you have a hard time making a good movie in between it. So there is some good cinematography. The locale is nice. There's got some nice, great foggy forest scenes during some of this that you'll see, and it's nice enough for that for the atmosphere that it wants to create. Um, the other semi good point is the CGI, or there is no CGI with the wolf. That like there's no CGI. They're using a guy in a suit, which is good. Problem is, it looks like Teen Wolf, really, basically. So nothing like the cover art again. Like the cover art shows you a different wolf entirely, and has it doesn't even have a snout. It's just your Teen Wolf, And I'm tired of Teen Wolf. Give me some real fucking werewolves, dude. Not these woofy guys. Don't want woofy guys. No woofies. So at the end, basically, I know this isn't going to be the super longest review ever, but it's really there's just not much home to report about this. But at the end, you get like basically a twist ending switcheroo where you kind of like who you thought might be the werewolf turns out not to be the werewolf. But the problem with that is it comes out of left field. Like there's no basis. We have no explanation why. Which again, I don't understand. Like it's kind of cool in a sense. Like okay, makes some sense from what we were seeing, but the problem is that we don't know why and how, and there's no discussion or even mention of this person previous to this portion of the film. So all in all, this movie is not really a creature feature. It's more of a drama thriller, really dealing more with personal pain rather than werewolves. Werewolves is just kind of like a backdrop to everything, and yeah, it's unfortunate because like I said, there was like 3 pieces of artwork for the cover that they did. Like they really kind of like went all out. And there's like even another one that was just a hand, but the other pieces of artwork I saw for the cover art was awesome. Like I'd make those into posters and hang them. Just Sam and I were talking about Werewolf Castle, how that cover art is amazing, but it just doesn't reflect the movie itself. So that's unfortunate, in my opinion. So if I'm going to give this a rating, it's going to be a 4 out of 10. It's just not very good. Outside of a couple little things, it just really fell flat and tried to sell itself more as a horror movie, and it wasn't. So go figure. I am hoping to get around to watching The Retaliators from the Gear Brothers soon. I did see that was on Redbox. They said it was supposed to be on like Amazon Prime and stuff too, so I don't know if that's still going to happen. Because I have that, so I'd rather have it come there, rather than have to pay for it right off the bat. But if I have to pay for it, I will. I did for Headless Horseman, so it doesn't really bother me. It's just I have certain apps, Amazon Prime, Shutter, and stuff. So I mean, if I can get it that way, where I'm already paying a subscription, it'd be nice. Because they did say it's supposed to be Amazon Prime, so I'm hoping that it's going to show up there. I also got a couple more trailer reactions I'm going to be doing soon, and of course next week coming up Thursday is an episode 2 of Poetic Carnage talking sports. And then Friday, I'm getting together a Big Bad Wolf talking about werewolves before Halloween. So be ready for that. And I hope you all check in and check it out. I do have plans on doing another live stream soon with some of the guys from the Dojo Army. We're going to talk our guilty pleasures with horror. Might be part of a series. Just see how it goes. We can at times just kind of go on and on and on. So if we're going to do like a series, I want to make sure we're organized and have like a couple hours per episode. So it depends on how many people we have involved. Like if there's more people, you need to go more time. But the reality is, you don't want to drone on and on and on. You want to get to the point, talk about the movies, and just have fun with it. But we'll see how it goes. I have to make sure that people are going to be on board for this and want to do it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, all. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe.